ask you a question, because you said something really interesting about, ever since I was a little girl, I always knew I was going to be rich. And this is one of the reasons why I really wanted to talk to you about the base chakra, because it's all about your foundations. And poverty consciousness versus abundance consciousness starts here. And irrespective of the sort of upbringing that we had, we really inherit certain belief systems. So if we came from a family or a family where there was generational poverty or generational struggle, especially if we came from a family where our parents were immigrants, or they had to work hard and they'd say things to us like, well, money doesn't grow on trees, rich people are evil. It really sets the scene for our belief systems, because there's also a part of us that thinks, yeah, I have all these ideas and I have all these aspirations, but will I still belong? Will they still love me if I do become, and then you insert the adjective, rich, famous, successful, whatever the adjective is. Because a lot of the time, and I know this is the case for you as well with the work that you do with your clients, and it really comes up a lot in the work that I do with my clients, we sometimes outgrow our tribe. And we outgrow those belief systems that were passed on to us that were neither right or wrong or good or bad. It's just, this isn't what I want anymore. And especially if we come from a family where there was generational suffering or poverty or abuse even, that abuse and that suffering, in many ways, it would have meant nothing if we can't manifest the life that we want for ourselves.
And it gives you something to... I'm all about aspiring. It gives you something to aspire to, but not to take away from what's right there at the time. And I guess that's really where the foundation thing comes in with me, is because the more I can just trust that in life in general and accept and love what is around me, then aspiring is okay, but you don't have to achieve that in order to be fulfilled. I suppose that's my take on it. And, people often are being someone that is not the authentic self, which we often talk about, not being their authentic self, because they think that if they were someone else, they wouldn't get the acceptance or that praise, or they're used to being conditioned to being someone that, and it can be even the people closest to you, but often it's from their fears that actually hold you back from your truth. And I even experienced it with my own family who, like, I speak to my mom in Canada nearly every day, so close, and my grandmother, and I'll just say Baba. So when I say Baba, that means my grandma. But when I first was coming to Australia, she kept saying, oh, are you coming back? And she couldn't understand why I would be somewhere else, and she was worried. And even then, I always knew that I would get quite known as a profile. And she used to be so worried, and because in her mind that there's so much fear around what you don't know.
Yes.
So because they weren't wealthy, there's fear around wealth. Because no one was famous, there's fear around that, but not realizing what it can bring. And now, I talked to Baba about different things, and now I'm in position with like world leaders and all kinds of amazing, exciting opportunities. She is over the moon giving me ideas and advice and everything, because now that I've been surrounded by it, speak about it, she can feel more comfortable with it. But had I listened, and this is the point, had I listened to her from her place of fear, I would have never grown. And this is why it's important. If the people around you don't believe in you, it's not that they don't believe in you, it's they don't believe in themselves. And that will hinder them from believing in you. But if you go ahead and do it, you actually help everyone around you grow. So about this tribe thing as well, sometimes you have to up-level your tribe to spend time around the people that actually are growing at the rate. If someone wants to catch up, they will zoom up there. And if they don't, they're not meant to be in your life, and let them be around other types of people that do. But even at the gym this morning, I was thinking, if you want to be strong and fit, then do things that make you strong and fit. Surround yourself with people who make you feel strong and fit, or in environments, or go in a gym. If you want to be spiritual, surround yourself with the best spiritual people who help you feel fulfilled and connected and centered and loved, or can help your growth at that. So if it means, having a coach or whatever it may be, a trainer or whatever it is to help you grow, because really it's your accountability that's going to get you wherever you want to go in any area of life. But you have to know what you want. Otherwise you're looking for everything. And you just, one by one is fine. Take control of, the best way to do is take control of something. For example, I did fitness modeling. While I was in Australia here, I trained with, a top fitness model who's amazing, but I wanted to have that experience because I wanted to see these limiting beliefs that my relatives, we always have these hips and this and that, and it's hereditary. And I thought, you know what? I don't believe that, and I'm going to prove that it's not. And also because visually people can see a transformation. Whereas if you're doing something that people can't see and you can't see results from, it's really challenging. So as I started on this journey, I couldn't really see transformation, but I just stuck to it. Just stuck to it and did it. Before you knew it, I had no hips, like almost like a boy. I never ever, I mean, I love my sort of, I'm fit, but I love more of a bit curve now. I achieved it though, and that wasn't hereditary. I mean, of course you have your, there's things that are, but I achieved something that wasn't meant to be. And in that, by taking that transformation, people could actually see that they could then do whatever they wanted in their lives to transform. And it was also about sticking to it and trusting the process and trusting the coach. So Lindy, even from a distance, had coached me, but I did it all on my own. Same with, say, for instance, your chakra course. You can actually do that and stick to it, and then everything else in your life improves. Yeah. Because you're being accountable to one thing. So say, for instance, I took control of the health and fitness to transform my body, and then everything else changed. Where someone might do your course, and then their nutrition improves because what it is, you're taking a look at yourself, and you're focusing on yourself. And this is what life is about. You need to be self-focused, and that fixes everything around you. So if anything around you is broken, in my view, or whatever you want to call it, it's because your focus is off who you truly are. Yeah. Yeah. So that's that's, and then you can get there. Once you do that, you don't have to live like that. At least you know how to implement some of those things into your life and create it how you want. Yes.